unbreakable.
Lovies, what the rudge is up, fam? If you're new here, my name is Tarian, or TA, and I'm a Boston-based lifestyle YouTuber. And I'm not smiling because I technically kind of still can't. If you watched my last video, I had a frenectomy. So it is the next day and I had my frenectomy. I have like a small 10-second clip from right after they injected the site with the Novocaine or whatever, and that experience was something else. So I was told that it is a very simple procedure, and to be honest, it really is a simple procedure. The person who's doing the frenectomy, he's like a traveling frenectomist. I don't know. He goes to different dentist office with this laser and performs this on different people. So it was not his office. He like came to my dentist's office to do this. And you guys, he and my dentist got into a fight while I was like laying on the chair, and it like put me in such a mood. Like I was crying before it even started. I was already nervous because the thought of having a laser in your mouth, like just knowing what a laser is and what it could do, I was just like nervous. So I was already in my head. And then the guy was like super nice, and he was just like, I don't think you need this. And he was just explaining why he thought I didn't need it, because like the muscle didn't wrap around to the back, so he didn't think that's what was creating the space. And he was just like, you should just get a bar behind your teeth to keep your gap closed. And now, if you've seen any of my other Invisalign updates, I've talked about how I had braces before, and my doctor, my orthodontist at that time, told me I did not need a frenectomy to remove this muscle, which aligns with what this guy says. I always thought I did, because after I got my braces off, whenever I would take my retainer out, my gap would open up by the end of the day or so. And then I got Invisalign thinking, okay, I'll get Invisalign because I like lost my retainer from the first time I had braces and my teeth shifted. I was like, I'll get Invisalign, and then he'll put the bars on my bottom and top teeth, like the little retainer, like the built-in retainer, so I'll never have to go through this again. And then when I brought that up to my dentist, he said, no, like we can't do that. You can't have one behind your top teeth and your bottom teeth, which I thought was confusing because, Mike, what do you have? You have one.
I only have it on the bottom, and then I have a retainer up top, so that tracks.
He only has the wire at the bottom and like a slip-on retainer up top. But my mom also just got braces, and I inherited my gap from my mother, and she got a frenectomy, which I was like, oh, maybe I do need a frenectomy, like, you know. And then she also has both a wire up top and on bottom, so she never has to worry about a retainer. So I was just like, well, it's not impossible because I know my mom has that, but I'm not a person, like, this is not my field. I'm not gonna argue with experts. But then all of the arguments that I've been having in my head spilled out over me while I was laying down on this dentist chair, and I was just like, so what do I do? Because the guy was like, going back and forth with my dentist. He's like, I don't think she needs this. He's like, you don't think there's some tissue in there? They're like going back and forth. And he's just like, I'm just trying to do what's best for the patient. And I was like looking at my dentist like, are you trying to do what's best for the patient? Like who is right here? And I literally started crying. I was just like, and I started crying. And then they were like, he was just like, we're doing the frenectomy. And the guy was like, fine, you're the boss. And my dentist was like, look, I'm not your boss. I'm just saying, like, you know, they were like, there was tension there. Like, I don't know what was going on. And my heart was pounding, and I was just like all riled up, basically. So the guy was like angry. He literally just kind of shoved do you know, what is it, like Orajel, that topical cream that initially numbs you before they put the needle in with the thing? He like just shoved a Q-tip of that in my mouth, because he had like a whole attitude. Like he was like mad, not at me, but then it like ended up taking it out on me. And then he like did the needle thing, which gives me anxiety anyway. So like tears start crying a little more. And then they were doing like the laser thing, and then I actually at one point felt the laser, so they had to go back and do the thing again. And like I got like so worked up, like I was crying and everything. And the thing is, it wasn't even painful. I feel like it was just like a lot of things, like with my anxiety and like everything that had happened right before, that I was like crying, and I was kind of like a little bit hyperventilating. So then once the procedure was over, I like went to get up and I like almost fainted. So they were like, you got all worked up, you have to like lay down here for a while. And then like the fact that that happened too just like made me more emotional. It was kind of like an experience. Like I don't know why that happened. That was kind of upsetting. It was a lot. So now I'm talking and everything is fine. Like yesterday, I wasn't really able to talk and I haven't taken any more pain medication, but I don't feel any pain. So immediately after I got home, I took more pain medication. They were gonna prescribe me Vicodin, which in retrospect is kind of a like, they just hand that out willy-nilly, I guess. And I was like, no, I don't really take pills. So I like took some liquid pain reliever last night and kind of just like relaxed and went to bed. And it is very like, it's like kind of gross and I can taste a lot of blood. It bleeds a little bit like somewhat frequently, but I'm not in any pain right now. I'm just like nervous about how this is all gonna come out and how it's gonna heal. And it doesn't hurt or anything, but if I smile too much, like there's a little bit of blood. So I'm trying not to do that. But in today's video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going away for a bachelorette, the first bachelorette of the wedding season. And I say it's the first because it is in fact going to be the first of many you see here. I've talked about this for a long time leading up to this summer season, but Michael and I are getting married this summer in July. It is April 9th today or 10th. And almost all of our friends are also getting married this summer. There were a couple of people who were supposed to get married last summer who, because of COVID, had to postpone to this year. And then somehow, for whatever reason, Mike's had friends who've been engaged for a long time who always plan to get married this year, who are getting married this year. And then like I have a bunch of friends who got engaged at the same time as me or a few months later, or like into the pandemic, who are also getting married this year. So we have a total of, I think, 6 or 7 weddings, including our own this year. And I have this bachelorette, I have a bachelorette the weekend after next, I have my own bachelorette next month in May, and then I have another bachelorette in June. So 4 bachelorettes that I'm going to. So this is the first one. I'm kind of like, I'm very stressed, but I'm happy that it's starting, because you know how like sometimes when you aren't looking forward to something, sometimes it just starts and then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna get it over with, I'm gonna like power through this, it's gonna like, we're gonna get through this. That's how I'm feeling about everything this summer. I'm obviously looking forward to my wedding, and I love planning and everything, but there's a lot to do. Clean, because my toxic trait is that I like it when Mike contributes to cleaning, but I hate the way that he cleans. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up downstairs before I leave, and then also probably clean the bathroom. I neatened up the bedroom so I can do a little more there, but other than that, Mike's gonna have the weekend to himself. So I'm gonna go ahead and power clean real quick.
I've been feeling rather sad in the corner of my glass. Boy, what's your style? What you drinking? What's your vibe? I've been feeling rather sad. Oh yeah. Don't be mean. You're here all alone and you know it. Hang on, 'cause we're gonna turn it up. Don't you see? I'm here all alone and I like it. Baby, don't please try to fight it. Pour it up with the blue champagne, blue champagne, blue champagne. Let's celebrate with the blue champagne, blue champagne. All my feelings run away in
Hey guys, so I am no longer in Vermont. The Bachelorette is over. I'm technically home now. I'm like down the street from where I live, and I am tired. I am hungover, and my whole body is like sore. I'm very tired. It is 11 o'clock right now. I would have been home a few minutes ago, but I called Mike. I'm hungover, so I wanted to get some Popeye's fried chicken. It's like the perfect thing to eat when you're hungover, I think. I don't know, I'm just craving it right now. So I called Mike to see if he would want some, and he is very excited. So I'm stopping here to pick some up before I get home. And I'm gonna meet Mike. I have missed Mike so much. Like, I miss Mike. He is just like, I like always want to do things with Mike. Like, it's obviously healthy to like do things by myself, but like whenever I go away or do anything, especially when I'm having fun, I'm like, man, I wish Mike were here. So that's kind of how I felt like the whole weekend. But I am tired, so I'm gonna go inside Popeye's right now and order this food and get home and cuddle on the couch with Mike, and then I'm probably gonna take a very long nap. Like, my eyes are watering. I don't even know how I made this drive home. Like, I can't even really keep my eyes open. So I will end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it's a little bit different, especially at least in terms of the content that I've been putting out for the past year. Because of COVID, I haven't been able to see people and really do things like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I upload videos every Wednesday and every Sunday. I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
This time that I feel unbreakable.